Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Mandem United podcast meets Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast, where we will be discussing those three football clubs. So Chelsea currently flying. They're climbing the table, chasing European places, winning 2 out of their last 2. But on the complete opposite, you got Spurs struggling. Really struggling. They've lost their last 4. Now they're European. Well, won't say they're European places in jeopardy, but top 4's gone for them. So Champions League's gone. Europa League could be if Newcastle and Chelsea continue to win games. As for Manchester United, we just are struggle. We are not struggling. We are just the struggle. You know what I'm saying? We are not even a struggle. We are the struggle, unfortunately. But please keep all your comments, all your questions in regard to those 3 football clubs. But before I carry on, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, please hit the like button on the video. Please share across all the socials as well. And that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter and Instagram. And on top of those 2 things, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Hit the notification bell. New time slot for this show as well, people. It was supposed to be 6:30. I'm not going to lie, but my nap was hitting. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Shout out to Jess because he rang me and I was like, all right, cool, let's get this together. So that's why it's good to have a great team. You know what I'm saying? So we got Surfer in the building. Jess is also in the building as well. Yes, Surfer, what are you telling me first and foremost? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I've just realized something, and that's just I don't think we've ever had a show where all of us have won. Like in
I think we've had one before.
Is it one?
I think we've had one.
It's at most definitely just one.
Yeah, it's been good because I've heard you say that before, and I think last time you said it was correct, but there was.
And now it's like, who's had the shittest week? You know what I mean? That's what it is. This show.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like who can know? I've had the worst. No, I've had the worst.
We all have nice things, 110%. Like if Chelsea are bad, United might be doing well, and Spurs might be doing average, or vice versa. Spurs are doing well, Chelsea are average, and Manchester United are doing badly. But hey ho, we move. You know what I'm saying? But love to everyone who is tuned in. Please run up the likes again, share across all the socials, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Big up to Stephanie G, big up to Warrior J as well. Warrior J. Ryan hating per usual, but we move. Nah, I don't need a haircut. You know what I'm saying? And that you need a woman, mate. You know what I'm saying? But here we are. But where we'll start, just we'll go to you because I didn't realize actually till I was like putting the thumbnail together and the title idea. I was like, Spurs have lost their last 4 in the Premier League. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. And obviously that's made your Champions League hopes disappears. You still have chances of Europe, and you'll still probably finish in European spots, whether it's Europa League or whether it's Conference League. That wasn't a joke. That's real facts, Ryan. But yeah, what Warrior J? We'll go to Warrior J's question. Jez, what's your thoughts on Tottenham 2?
I'll be honest. I didn't watch the game.
Thoughts on the result? Because you was not surprised. Why was you not shocked? Start there. Then. Well, why was you not surprised? Because you've called this spot on from the jump. In regards to this recent run,
yeah, it's not surprising. Like, see, the thing is, obviously, sorry to change it. I'll be real quick. Just have to obviously put that on full screen.
Hey, fuck you, man. I'm tired of this guy. You know what? We'll be back here. You see the Euros. We will be back. Euro 2024. We will be back, man. We will.
Since that's done now, we're moving on.
Are
we moving on to Spurs? Has he done that now?
No. What's it called?
You see it. So for those that are maybe listening on the audio platform, it's the AI of Mbappe, but at McDonald's. So he's got the McDonald's
apron
on. That's it. The McDonald's apron on. Yeah. But you know what? I can't even defend you because you was horrendous over those.
I had to do that. I wanted to do it for the last stream, but I forgot about it. But now,
go on.
I know. Talking about the reason for him. Not surprising. I don't understand why Spurs fans are actually going crazy about it because I think I probably saw the same game probably for like the last 10 games, and pretty much all 2024. This is what I'm applying it. It's just much worse because better players are not stepping up now. Like the people that we consider worse are actually playing better than the guys who we consider better, not performing pretty much right now. And obviously the obvious names, I would say Middleton,
He's
Son.
Madison, man. This guy, yo.
His name is Middleton, man. Until he performs, man. But Middleton, Son, Zuma. I think Sar's been okay, but like again, like I said, the playmakers. All I'm pretty much saying, and obviously it's not Zuma, it's fuck Zuma. This is currently that's the nickname right now, and yeah, and it's just currently I think it's just those 4 teams. I'm not really surprised because I feel like even though I was looking beforehand, our results before this running weren't actually that bad. But the issue is more so the fact that fans want to get Champions League football so bad. It was important that we didn't lose the Wolves game at home and the Fulham game that we lost, and obviously you would have wished that you're getting better performances in the 4. Especially, I mean, Newcastle. I called it. I said it's an early kickoff. It's an away game for Tottenham.
You did
no way we're gonna win that. Then I think we played Arsenal 15 days later. I said I don't like the fact that we had a 15-day break because these guys need a game in between. And then you saw how the Arsenal game went. Chelsea game pretty much went the same way. Liverpool went pretty much the same way. And now it's just all the things that you saw in these the last 4 games is pretty much like kind of the same things. Like we're trying to play well, we're trying to getting things lackluster going forward. Madison's getting shot. Players getting dropped. Obviously, the doggy ended up getting injured for the rest of the season. So now literally everybody's fighting about who's playing left back. Me personally, I couldn't care because the season's pretty much done. Yeah, like it's just the same issues that I've been talking about all streams, to be honest. And I feel like, and that's why when we had that Pirates debate about the captaincy, that's why I don't care currently about the captain situation, because you can see that we just have to. What's more important is doing more business in the summer.
Definitely more important.
Obviously, you getting the PR, the PR preface after losses. Tottenham gonna do this. Tottenham gonna back the manager. And do I think they're gonna back the manager? Yes, but for me, I don't care if you back the manager if the backing looks nice, and if the manager is obviously having a saying in this, I have to look at the manager. So for me, I already said like all the rumor about Gallagher's and apparently it's looking like they're not gonna sign Werner, which is a good thing. I don't know. Maybe they can.
And he dropped. That's crazy.
But, from the reports, like there's reports saying that there's a lot more targets before they even want to think about the Werner deal. Like this would be like if you can't get anything, nothing. Maybe to go back to it. But I'm talking about you seeing reports about there's been reports dropping about how the club's even willing to sell guys like Bissouma in the summer. Guys like these guys if the offer comes in or teams come in. But like I said, for me, I'm currently just trying to finish in a European spot and preferably Europa. But at this point, these guys can drop points to Burnley the way they've been playing. Like they just need a win. They just need a W. So if they can get a W versus Burnley, I don't think we're gonna beat City. I don't even think we're gonna choose City. And I go into that obviously soon because there's obviously a massive debate going on. And Sunday, and then the following on the last day is Sunday, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Sunday,
the 19th.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Final.
Yeah, and I think then if we can get a W versus Burnley, I think we can just then also beat Sheffield away, and then we can just cap off the season with a Europa spot. Whether it's going to be 5th or 6th, I don't know. But I've been talking about how we've been extremely fortunate that United just keep dropping points. Newcastle keep dropping points. Look at the running that United has to the end of the season. Look at the running that Newcastle have to play United. So that's literally candidates literally right there fighting each other. So they're going to cancel each other out. I don't know who Chelsea has. I think only just Brighton who maybe just be a concern at best, and they find the form now. So it's kind of like we're gonna be there for Europe. So there's no concern about it. Can we chop into the Conference League spots? Yeah, but will I cry over it? No, because like Conference League, Europa. I mean, if you tell me I'm gonna be in the Europa League with Chelsea, I might. So I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna say like. These guys piss the Europa League every season when they're in there. So I don't mind dropping to the Conference League at worst, but definitely don't drop out of Europe completely. That would be just completely crazy. But even then, like people ask me all about the field of manager, and I think people ask me like, "Are you manager out?" And there's a lot of people, 12 fans, obviously going crazy about Ange.
I think Ange out is crazy, to be honest. I think
bro,
criticism is fair, but to say
yeah,
get the man
and this is what I'm
out.
saying. I've been criticizing this guy. You see me in the group chat when I had the conversations, and
Facts.
I literally talk about. I have the screenshots. All the screenshots of all I say about Ange, and I keep saying it's like I still don't have a problem with the manager. I'm just not in this mood. I just don't feel like if it took you those 4 games to realize the issues that Ange has as a manager, then I'm like, yo, you're just following the crowd with the opinions. Because these things were happening even before the losing streak. We won against Nottingham. We beaten other teams. We beaten Brighton at our place. We beaten Brentford. These things happened as well in those games. But people kind of started turning in those 4-game losing streak, which goes back to what I say: results-based analysis. If your team wins, nobody cares about how bad you played.
That's true.
And
That's true.
that's why I'm like, yo, you guys really just turned because we lost 4 games in a row. Like it just now. It's obviously last time we
And the
lost 4 games in a win.
performances
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we lost 4 games in a row. I think we talking about like over a decade or two. Like since we lost 4 games in a row. But then look at the teams that we played 4 times in a row. Like it was probably, and I said it even at the start of the season when I saw the schedule. I'm like, yo, the Premier League did us dirty having us to play all these teams, and Chelsea getting further in the competition because we were supposed to play Chelsea in February, I think, but they had to reschedule because of the cup run that they had. So that's why we ended up playing Chelsea this late at 2. But now, like me personally, I'm just trying to see the season end. I personally like I'm not really too much angry. Like I know we know who the players do need to leave. We know who the players who can stay. There's obviously discourse coming on about Son getting a contract extension. Maybe it's even like a year or two. And I said this, like me personally, there's a lot of people that want to see don't want the club to extend his contract. I'm in the camp where I said I don't mind if you want to give him a 1 or 2 year deal, but make it a thing where he's not unchoppable. And then you're gonna have like Son every time when he thinks, oh, then you just have these debates. When he's like me personally, I would love him to be kind of like a rotational piece in the team if you give him that new contract, because I feel like you can see there's a decline happening. And it's rather better to just realize that earlier than before, okay, this guy completely chopped now. And though everybody sees it, everybody has to jump on him. So if you give him the new contract, one or keep it at least a maximum 2 years, and make him just a rotational piece. Because look at the attacking depth, man. We're talking about Solomon who could go, Brian Gill who can get. Oh, Brian Gill. We told him in January, piss off. He didn't want to leave. Now he's asking that he gets sold. Shameless guy. Werner's probably gonna go back to Leipzig now with the reports from what I've seen that they want to chase actual other attackers. So as of right now, Richarlison is getting linked to Saudi. So
is he getting linked to Saudi? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he's been getting constantly linked to Saudi, innit? He's been constantly getting linked, but because we don't, but he's our only legit striker, we might have to keep him. So this one, so it's kind of like a situation where we might end up this summer where only Son and Johnson are or only attackers if we sell all the other ones. So it's kind of like, so like for me, and then if you sold, and if there's some people that want to see Son getting sold as well, I'm like, okay, then Johnson's the last attacker, and then you have to rebuild the whole attack. So for me, I would like to just keep him, but just make him like a rotational piece, so we don't have to see him every week playing when he stinks out. Like we talked about a thing on the group chat so far, when he got locked up by Gilchrist, and I'm not even surprised. The dude is not a winger. I keep saying that he's the only time when he should be playing is striker, and he's not even a striker by trade. That's why we go into the territory now where I think if he plays, it needs to be. It depends on which position he plays or which team opposition we play. Either playing left wing or striker, depending on the opposition, or sometimes just having off the bench. But yeah, man, this is kind of like my thoughts on it. And obviously, there's this whole debate about Spurs fans wanting to lose the game against City, and that me personally, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I want us to lose to City. No, if we lose to City, I'm not gonna act here and sit like I will not be shameless and be like, yo, City's gonna win the league, no, 100%. It's over for Arsenal. They're not gonna lose on the last day. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm not gonna be shameless about it. But just to all these fans that say Spurs loser mentality, why do Spurs fans want to lose this game and all that? Bro, if this is your fan base and just roles reversed, it's most of your fans will do that as well. Obviously, you're gonna have the odd ones. You're gonna have
Of course.
you have a minority who want to win that for example the City game, because actually when you look at it, I don't think top four. I think top four is over because I don't think we beat City anyway or Toronto City. I think they win.
Top four is.
But if there's there's a scenario
it's not mathematically over, but it's
mathematically, but it's over. Yeah. But it's obviously there's a scenario where if Villa chop points 2 times next 2 games, whether lose one or at least a bare minimum 12-1, and then we win our last 3 games, we can actually get top 4.
Yes.
But I don't believe it's going to happen. But if we win the City game, honestly, obviously I'm going to be happy we won the City game in a degree, but I would be pissed because I'm like, where was this performance versus Arsenal? Don't be mad about. Don't say like, yo, go and do that against Arsenal. Don't go do that. Like, I would be pissed. That's what I'm saying. It's like conflicted feelings about that game. Me personally, I'm not gonna sit here and celebrate if City score a goal. Me personally, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm still like, yo, go out there and show like you some level of professionalism. I'd say at least don't go out there and actually try to lose the game. For me, that is embarrassing. I can't even lie. But they're not gonna do that. I don't think Ange will do that. And I'll be honest, I think Ange will try and play for the win. So that's why I think City will win the game in general, because Ange is still fighting for that top 4 spot. So that's why so that's what I say. Don't expect no academy kids, bare 9-year-olds on the pitch or some shit. Nah, he's gonna play the best team that he can put out there, I think.
First. Hey, before we carry on, big up everyone that has tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Continue to run up the likes. Please, people. Warrior Jason, since the transfer market is coming close, and we will get to Surfer and Chelsea in a second, people. Since the transfer market is coming close, I want to ask Jez, who's the first player you think will leave the team, and which position you think will be strengthened first? That's a good question.
First player that leaves, I don't know, because there's so many that could leave, but the first player that leaves, fucking hell.
Actually, who you want? Yeah, because he's no. He actually said, he said who you think. Yeah. So it's more so.
That's what I'm saying, because there's so many guys that could leave. Right, I think whoever.
Let me switch the question then. Who would be the first player you would want to see leave then? Your own personal opinion.
See, if I'm being shameless, I say Madison, but that's another story. No, but I'm taking the piss. But if there's a first player I would try to get rid of, there's a lot I want to get rid of. That's the fuck.
I know it's tough.
The first player that I want to get, the first player I would like to get rid of, man, probably Richarlison. Because I think you can get if the Saudi leagues are still strong in the summer, I think you can get a decent amount of money from Saudi there. Like if you can give me a little 30-40 mil, I take it. Fight it off and off you pop. And what's the part?
And then he said the position you will strengthen. So what position would you strengthen first?
Definitely the number 6. We need an actual number 6 at the football club.
Okay, first an actual DM. Okay, that's fair. Yes. Big up to my guy Dunsey in the chat for the super chat. He says, "Who would you build your team around?" Is there anyone there you would build? I presume he's talking about Spurs. Is there anyone you would build the team around?
I personally would keep it at the moment where you build just off the defense right now.
Okay,
and so you build, and then you I think like obviously there's debates with obviously some people thinking that maybe Poe is not the ideal right back because it's obviously not the greatest defensive, not the most athletic one, but at the moment in time, I just look at this back 5 there where I say, you guys been the only thing that I think stayed at least respectable in terms of performances, even though we conceded bare goals. I think you guys been actually respectable. So for me, it's like these 5 for me are like nail on in the team where I look at them and say, you guys are my starter for next season. Everybody else, let's talk.
All right, on that note, so big up for the super chat, Dunsey. Appreciate it. Over to you, sir, for Chelsea. 2 wins out of their last 2, 3 wins out of their last 5, I believe. Only 1 loss, one of the other one being a draw. Now into European spots up to 7th. I'm saying above my team, Manchester United, level on points. Some genuine optimism surrounding Chelsea for the first time. And there's been optimism before, but like this seems to be much more consistent, I should say. But yeah, your thoughts on what you've seen. You beat West Ham 5-0. I'm saying the game before that.
Damn, I saw the Potter thing. Damn.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, go on, Surfer.
For me, and Jez will understand this. I always expect us to smash Spurs at home.
Yes.
So that doesn't really. I was actually expecting a harder opposition against West Ham because they just recently drew with Liverpool 2-2. So I was expecting a tougher thing, but he stumbled across this Cucurella inverted thing since the second half against Villa, and he's kept with it now. I don't know whether he always, after the Villa game, intended to keep with it, or it's just circumstances that no one is fit. So the substitute bench is like NPCs, isn't it? So, but yeah, I mean, the flip flopping after the last week about but Poch has finally got it. He's finally found it. It's like, that's great. 2.5 games. What about the 32.5 before that? I just want to. Do those not count or anything like that?
They don't count.
They don't count, right? It's like 2.5.
It only happens to each game. This is what only matters, man.
And it's like,
only matters, man.
Let's look at the circumstances. Spurs are in a terrible run. West Ham, they know their manager's going, so they're on the beach. Do you know what I mean? They're done. And plus, are we only doing this now because the pressure's off us, essentially?
Oh, you think
it's like an Arsenal thing. Remember an Arsenal under Wenger and they couldn't get like top 4 or
they couldn't win the league.
They were in the title race. They played the best football. Do you know what I mean? Like from like late March to the end of May, they played the best football you've seen all season. There was just nothing riding on it. And listen, credit, he's stuck on something, but why did it take you so long? Do you know what I mean? He'd actually done this Cucurella inverted bit actually in pre-season. So this isn't something that has just popped up. He actually planned this, but he hasn't used it since, which I find remarkable, really, given the circumstances of our injuries and midfield issues and stuff like that. But hey, it worked out. Like I said, West Ham was a very surprising game. They did hit the bar 3 times. Everyone keeps forgetting that. You know what I mean? They did hit the bar 3 times. We went 1-0 up, and they had a corner, and right away they hit the bar from a Bowen header. It was like, man, if that went in, oh my god, that would have been something. But no, it was a big up sheet. It was a good performance. We ride along. Above United now, but only on goal difference. We got a 5 goals back that Arsenal took away from us. So
there you go.
And I'm just now looking back on those drop points against Burnley and Sheffield United, and we'd be right on Spurs' neck.
Spurs, yes. Like
this
one thing that bugs me. We've been on a losing streak for 4-game losing streak for a good 1.5 months, and we still 5th.
Yeah, that's what I said. We were in April. We were 11th. Do you know what I mean? we still had a shot of making it in European places. I keep saying this. Spurs have conceded are going to concede 60 goals this season. In the league, and they're going to finish like 5th. I mean, that never happens. It's so mediocre the league is after like the top 2 or 3. It's just mad. Even Villa, how good they've been this season. They've conceded well over 50 goals. Villa.
That's the craziest part. If like Spurs act together.
Man United had a minus goal difference for the bulk of the second half of the season and been 6th.
We still in contention for European spots. Still,
it's mad. But you know, I just listen. Good performances. Due to circumstances, people getting runs in the team. He's not changing as many because he can't. So that's helpful. And I mean, all the news after the game this week was that, you know, straight away it wasn't like Poch's got to get Europa League football, not European football, Europa League football to stand any chance, like for that review at the end of the season of him. And it's like everything will be taken into account, which it should be. You know, he's like, somebody's coming going, he wants the injuries taken into account. And I'm thinking, do you really want the injuries taken into account? Since probably a high percentage of them were caused when they were training with you. Do you know what I mean? So you really want to go there? But it's like some of this fan base though. It's like, oh yeah, he's earned second season. What? When did that happen? 2.5 games ago. He didn't earn nothing.
The analysis changed.
2.5 games ago. 2.5 games ago, he hadn't earned anything. Do not let anything fool you. About 2 weeks ago, we lost 5-0 to Arsenal. Our biggest ever defeat to Arsenal in Premier League.
Yeah. That's true. You did lose 5-0.
I mean? It's like,
but people are kind of just like sweeping that under the rug. Lost 5-0. Lost 5-0 to Arsenal. Not too long ago, drew away at Sheffield United. People forget all that.
No, but can I ask a question?
Go on.
Because obviously, you see the reports of Europa, the first achievement was to get Champions League. Now they changed them in quotation marks, demanding Europa. So if Chelsea get Europa League, do you think he stays? Because we talked about it with Brian last time, and he thinks there's a good chance he stays, which he will obviously hate. Because then it goes to what I'll probably goes into my next question, which is, I don't personally think under Pochettino you will ever see the best of Enzo, and he would just keep misusing him. And we're talking about how Chelsea we were talking about last time with Brian, talking about how Chelsea buys players, but they don't buy players for Pochettino. So if he stays and then the summer window comes, would you then buy players that Pochettino specifically demands, or is Chelsea going to continue just going to buy players that he necessarily don't fit him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, Europa League. He needs Europa League football to stand any chance. For me, I even if he gets it, I don't think he deserves a second.
Yeah,
season.
so just to clarify, you want him gone regardless.
Bro, if I had a piece of paper right now, pros and cons, I'd be asking you for more sheets of paper for the con side, right? Because I could go through nearly every single game, and there's like multiple cons just in those games right now. He doesn't, and that shouldn't be it. Just making Europa League shouldn't guarantee him a spot next season.
I agree. I think the fact that it could even be a part of why he stays is ridiculous. Like it should be him finishing 7th or 8th or 6th to 7th.
Yeah, 6 is the minimum. 6 is the minimum. And look at, so you're saying like you found this new thing, and we're only a few points off of like 6th and 5th. If you'd done that 10 games ago, we might be in Champions League qualification discussion. And this is when we all said, listen, we know that this squad as a collective isn't the best, but they're not as bad as Pochettino has made them be this season.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's just not the case, you know. And that for me, he's run out of games. I mean, if he'd done this 10 games ago, and we were doing it, then he could have a case, because I think we'd be right up. I think we'd be ahead of Spurs, and I think we'd be close to Aston Villa. But he's just. I swear he's just been forced to do this because of the injuries.
You reckon he stumbled across it on accident?
I reckon he planned to do this because he did it in pre-season and hasn't done it since. Why would you wait 33 games into a season to do this new thing?
It's funny that how all the teams now are on you guys as well. It's completely just shitting the bets as well. So it just benefits. So it's like I don't know. Like I said, I'm a flawless. If they're really just looking at this last through running, and then Chelsea get Europa, shit, worst comes worst, Chelsea somehow finish above us as well, and somehow finish 5th all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden on the table, it looks completely different. They think they did a good job, but in reality, when you actually go, that's what I say. I hate football fans, because it's like, or football people that view football in that sense, that why are you looking at these things only of what's happening right now? Why can you analyze everything for a whole season? That's what I say to Spurs fans. I don't get why you get angry about this thing when it's been literally happening for a good portion of the season before.
Because like you said, Jez, the reason why that is, again, shout out to Peter. You've said it on here just today. I've said it before. Results-based analysis. Surfer mentioned it. They beat West Ham 5-0 for Surfer goals. People forget West Ham hit the crossbar 3 times. They hit the woodwork. What are we talking about here? Like, these things matter, but I'm not saying just deserve. And you lost 5-0. Like, people just eradicate, like, losing 5-0 to Arsenal don't matter. 2 weeks ago don't matter. That's like,
not 2 months ago.
2 weeks ago. And people do the same thing when it comes to Manchester United, when they're like, they've asked me, if Ten Hag wins the FA Cup final, should he stay? That should not be the conversation. And if the hierarchy and the people in charge at Manchester United are having a conversation and someone says, if he wins the FA Cup, should he stay? Sack him right there and then. Remove him from the group chat. I don't want that. If that should not even be a thought in your head. Never mind actually saying it and actually taking it into consideration. Like, oh, maybe no. But other performances and other results should matter, especially over a lengthy period of time. It's not like it's like you mentioned, it's not like it's 1 or 2 weeks. Like with Poch, is what, 32 and a half games?
Yeah, 32 and a half
35,
games.
36.
So literally a month ago, we dropped points to the bottom 2 teams. I mean, we drew 2-2 with a 10-man Burnley over an hour, and their manager got sent off. He got out coached by Craig Bellamy on the sidelines. He went to Sheffield United, and Conor Gallagher, God bless him, he made him play on both wings in that game. He went to Brentford after I think we won. He went to Brentford, who had a record of losing 12 of the last 15. He went to Brentford with a back 3. Why?
Hey, it didn't happen. It didn't happen though because he won the last 2 months.
I know, but it's like, and like I say, he lost to Arsenal 5-0. Okay, you lost. You lost to City, but a tired City. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
A tired City. It wasn't like a free-flowing City. He lost a cup final. Coward in the extra time. All the players thought they could get to penalties. But you're the manager. What do you think? Why didn't you ask them to just play like they have been doing? Doesn't mean there's too many cons. There's too many cons to this guy keeping him. Then pros. There really is. It's not. Look at the players that have done well under him. I just think I don't think they're doing well because of Poch. I think they're just doing well because they're good. They're talented.
There's a talent.
Literally, it was what a Poch team does, man. How the players just go and do the job, man. Literally, what it is, man. Like, this is what they did, and this is what they literally did at Tottenham. Like, the talented players go and do the job, man.
Exactly. I mean, Lewis has been saying it for months. All this season. Just give me some structure. There's actually been structure in the last 2.5 games. I know what he's trying to do and the players are trying to do, and it's worked. But why has it taken till May? Well, I know Man United fans may see differently. I think your team is shit. All right, I really do. I think the bar for me is not getting over this Man United team. It's not. I think,
and that's why I respect you. Because
it's not. Sorry,
it shouldn't be the bar.
I mock you because we're friends, okay, and that's what we do. We mock each other, right?
That's fact.
And so take the piss out of each other.
It's called sarcasm for a reason here.
We're not even. We're not. That's mine. You're not in this conversation, just. But we're not even above Man United by points. It's just goal difference. That's all it is. I mean, it's like.
Technically, they say you're above them, so it's like
they are above us, but like you said, you're both right. Are they above us? Yes. Is it ongoing?
Yeah, but it's like
yes. No, but they don't care, bro. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. They don't care because they see, be ahead of that Red Devil bunch. That's all they care about. Not the points. Not the points.
The thing is, they shouldn't. Man United is not my bar. I don't rate Man United. This is how rubbish this league is. Man United, and I said this for all season, they're the best shithousery team in this league by far. They have stolen so many points. Do you know what I mean? They are the best. That's why they're up there, because remember Bournemouth a few weeks ago? They battered you and somehow you drew 2-2. I couldn't believe it.
You know why? Because I think it adds into what we've spoken about in regards to the Premier League. And we're talking about the better teams, but like the lower teams. Like when people say, how did Bournemouth miss all those chances? Because they're Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah, exactly.
If they was a clinical side, guess what? They wouldn't be. Where are Bournemouth in the table? This ain't even no disrespect.
Yeah, I think they're ninth. I think they're ninth now.
Bournemouth are 10th. There's a reason they're 10th.
10th. Oh yeah, literally.
Like we'll play Crystal Palace, but we'll play Fulham, for example. United will play Fulham. And Fulham will miss chances. And people go, how did Fulham miss all them chances? Because they're Fulham. That's why they're 13th. Like there's the league table, especially at this time, don't lie. The players there, the attackers, have probably been missing chances all season long. We've just not been locked in because it's been Fulham. or
The
because
only position that's been alive is fifth place, man. I don't care. Like we should not be. Well, we should not be fifth, man. After
we
the
shouldn't
whole
be,
1.5 months.
eighth. So I hear you. I hear you.
The
We
thing
should
is, though,
be
it's
eighth.
like another con is like we're gonna concede over 60 goals this season. I guarantee it. 60 goals.
Damn.
Lampard didn't concede 60 goals in his first season with a transfer ban. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you couldn't say then, oh yeah, we definitely had a better team than we have now. We were a transfer ban. We had youngsters. Do you know what I mean? He was playing like Tammy Abraham, Tomori, Mount,
Tomorrow,
all that, and it's like we are still, even the West Ham game, set pieces. Still, we are still rubbish at set pieces. Honestly,
you kept the clean sheet though.
I know. I hit the bar 3 times. We still kept the clean sheet. It's even against Everton the other week. Beto should have scored before we scored our opening one. You know what I mean? Spurs, not really much, but they had like
no, we didn't. I was like, we didn't do really too much. Like the Chelsea game is the most obvious like result that I expected out of all.
I always tell people, we could be in a relegation battle and we'd still be.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just don't do that. Like that stadium and the West Ham Stadium. But I get the point, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, what? That's what I say. It would be very hilarious if he stays really just to go the back end of the season, and they're going based off that. When a lot of teams are also got to remember, a lot of these teams are also just they're already at the beach. I think we are at the beach. We just want to just beat Burnley and Sheffield, and then
back in 1 second.
Be out of here. But I think we're already in the beach for quite some time now ourselves. So it's like, and I've not mentioned these other teams as well. Even though Europe is still to play, it's kind of like a lot of these teams are gassed out, and I feel like Chelsea just picked up the right form at the right time. And there's not me trying to say discredit what Chelsea's been doing in the last few games, but I don't think it's necessarily wrong to assume these things as well. Because, like, okay, you end the season well, but is it going to carry into next season with Pochettino too?
Right, exactly.
Because I've seen more bad over a bigger course of the season than good.
Exactly. I'm missing £400 million worth of transfer fee talent because of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
With his training methods and stuff like that. And I've got people coming back from long-term injuries like Wesley Fofana and Reece James. Do you know what I mean?
You get in Europe, and if you get Europe, there's going to be more getting. And it's not even group stage no more. It's the league table, and the league table goes to 10 games instead of 6 group stage matches.
Oh, they've done that as well to the Europa League. Oh.
Yeah, every from Conference League to Champions League.
Question: which Chelsea players should be the new vice captain? I give it to Cole Palmer, since we can't trust James being fit.
But,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Palmer. I don't know. Maybe Caicedo. I don't know. I would have given it to Enzo, but but the thing is, this is like low key. I want Cole Palmer to win Young Player of the Year, but you know what? I don't, because I don't want Poch being linked to any of our players winning an award this season. Do you know what I mean? So someone on that board will go, yeah, but look, Cole Palmer's a Young Player of the Year. Look,
he's been playing well. Oh my days!
Happened on the pod? No. My hope is that. Listen, obviously, even if we get in Europe, my hope is that they go, listen, you did a wonderful job giving your answers in the interview. You passed that brilliantly. But you didn't do what you said you were going to do on this pitch. And we can't afford that. We scraped this. We're in Europe because the rest of the league is shit after the top 3, or mediocre after the top 4 or 5. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's beating everyone. We got lucky. We can't afford to do that now. Do you know what I mean? Especially if they want to get like all these sponsorships, like they want to try and get that Jordan sponsorship, but they've got to finish in Europe first as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's like and his comments the past few weeks. I mean, he's really had a go at the directors and the board, which is fine. But
what's he said? My mistress.
He just called them out. He's like, one of the quotes was like, "Oh yeah, if you're going to judge me, you need to judge everyone." Do you know what I mean? This season, it's like, well, they're probably asking questions about stuff that's happening on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Not in the boardroom. Do you know what I mean? That's it's like.
He's trying. He's doing this possible, man, making sure he can keep the job. Man. Like I said, if he's next, where do you actually think Josie's gonna finish if he stays in the job?
That's that. I listen. I don't know. Give me what who are we going to get in? Who's going to come in and transfer? Who are we going to get rid of?
Yeah.
What's happening with the injuries, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's the whole fixer
Brady.
up. Joel's put it.
Brady's guys, like this guy. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say when I see Mohammed asked about the captaincy question, and I said about maybe Palmer and stuff like that. The thing about captain's armband in a footballing sense, I don't think the captain is armband is as important as it was like 10 years ago. I just don't. I mean, look at some of the captains nowadays.
Is it not as important? Or the captain's just not as good?
No, because you look at the thing, right? You got Odegaard at Arsenal. I don't really see him as a captain material. He's a player. You got your guy Bruno. You got Son at Spurs. I mean, we just passed the captain's armband around like Astrid Wet at a party, so it's all good. But and stuff like that. And and apologies, people. But what I'm saying is, not like before. The armband used to go to a really influential player, whether they thought you were the best or not in that position. Used to go to influential player like that. And listen, I don't. You can give it to Palmer. I wouldn't give it to Palmer. I just leave him alone. There's no one really standing out at this moment in time. And Reece James is obviously there for PR reasons and stuff like that, but he's never fit. And then like Chilwell's, I wouldn't want Chilwell to stay. So I would have no idea who you give the armband to. Maybe it does fall to someone like a Palmer in the end, and he just goes, yep, stuff like that. I mean, I'd wind everyone up and give it to Jackson. That's what I would do.
This guy's such a troll.
No, but that's what I mean. That's a problem. There's no. Oh, maybe I'll give it to Caicedo or something like that. Combative midfielder, something like that. I'll just do that.
There is no standout candidates like that. I get what you're saying.
No, there's no standout candidates. It's like who's Liverpool? Oh, Van Dijk. Well, Van Dijk's probably one of the old one of the few ones left that you go, yeah.
You can actually understand the influence, because I always say you need to be very verbal, or you need to be lead by example.
I must say though, he did lead his team to another quadruple failure this season.
That is true. That's true. You don't always make it as captain of the ship, man. You know what I'm saying?
He's a player that makes the armband instead of the other way around. You know what I mean? It's like that. He improves the armband, not the other way around. It's like I don't have a John Terry or a Lampard or a Drogba or something like that. So it's the same with Man United, really. You got Bruno, and then who else? I wouldn't be surprised by this time next season people are asking for Kobe Mano to be captain.
You know what? As you was talking, I was thinking about like captains at our place. You know what? It's not the worst idea in the world, and that's where
I can't think of anyone else. I just can't. It's like
leads by example.
Yes, that's what I mean. Even Jez's side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we literally talking about. We might as well bring Conor Gallagher in, because he look like a good captain. Like I was saying, like shit. Like at this stage.
To be fair, I gotta give him credit.
Yeah, he's doing. I don't even take it as a business. Like it's just more of the fact of how bad kind of currently like the current state of most teams. I would say City, and then exception maybe with Liverpool, Van Dijk. You don't just really look at the other clubs and the characters, and like maybe Martin is at Villa. I don't know if he's the captain. I think that's
McGinn, isn't it? McGinn's the captain.
McGinn, he's like a senior there, and I think he has
they've got Douglas Luiz.
Villa. So I put Villa in the category as well, but then when I go to the other clubs, it's kind of when I go to the other clubs, I'm like, these captains are not really some of them are still either trying to develop into captains, or their reputation at the football club is the reason why they're the captain. And I feel like that's why when I had this discussion with the captaincy on the last show that we did, for me I just focus rather on the things that are actually fixable and I know can be fixed, rather than thinking about the captaincy at the moment in time.
I think you'll stumble across that. I think as you get quality players, captain candidates will emerge.
Yes, and that's why I want to get that first.
But going back to Poch, what really annoys me is like rivals, not here, but like rivals trying to tell, when I'm listening, like trying to tell Lewis and me, See, it wasn't Poch wasn't the problem at all. And it's like, just listen. I'll put up with you for 9 months. Just give it up now. Do you know, just give up now. Okay, I won't even be mad if you come out and just say I was just struggling. Just don't even try this. It's like, but it's weird because you experience this on Back Again podcast. Sam loved the guy. He'll be talking about Poch, right? Mm-hmm. And then he'll get onto Ten Hag, and I swear he's talking about the same guy, but he's on for Ten Hag going.
Yeah.
You know,
make it make sense, and that's where it's at, because every time the same criticism you have of Poch, if you took out Poch's name and you took out Chelsea and you took out Chelsea players and inserted Ten Hag's name and inserted Manchester United name and Manchester United players, is the exact same thing. I've said this all season long. It's the exact same thing. It's like we're talking about the same guy for legit. That's why I don't hear no arguments, no debate in regards to why Ten Hag should stay. Like I was on Mandem Talk on Saeed's channel yesterday, and when we talk about it, I'm like, yes, the structure's not good, the platform is terrible, etc., etc. But Rance said it best. You can control the controllables, and not being organized has nothing to do with structure off the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Why do we look so disorganized? Why is the team with less talent than us and less valuable squads than us and worse managers than us on paper, but yet they are organized? I always use Sean Dyche and Everton as an example. Why do they always look organized? Whether they get battered or whether they win or whether they draw, how come they always look at Luton Town, who will probably...
the fundamentals are always there. Yeah.
Fundamentals are there, just the stuff that I could implement.
What makes the manager wants to see. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know Luton's style of play. I've watched Luton, you know what I'm saying, multiple times this season. And every time I've watched them, they've played the same exact way. The idea is the same. They attack the same way, they defend the same way. What are we talking about here? So how come Luton Town, who can do arguably a championship?
You know what works against them? And this is in the segue already, it's just come to mind.
Yeah.
Glasner at Palace has been there for less than 2 months. And now I've got people trying to act like they've rated Mateta all season.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I'll go one further. I still don't rate him now, even though it's funny.
You understand?
Still don't rate him.
You understand? It's like he's in a good. But Glasner's come in. Told it's less than 2 months. We're seeing this, right? Less than 2 months. So when someone tells me, "Oh, just give him time," he's not had this. Glasner was dropped in late February, early March, bro, and look what he's done. In a league he doesn't know. He hasn't got any of his players. Do you know what I mean?
And he identified what he had to do, and it's like,
he pinpointed who was good and covered up the rest. That Wharton guy, that midfielder Wharton, who they got from Blackburn.
We can keep saying it, man, baller. And this is the like, the fact that, and obviously we were linked to Glasner in the summer. Obviously, I still probably wouldn't take him over Ant right now, but I was like one of the few people that said, you know what, I wouldn't have minded Glasner, but a lot of Tottenham fans actually killed me for saying that when I actually watched the Bundesliga. Glasner can't believe the slack that he has Olise and Esse playing the double 10, and then Wharton.
Didn't want Ange.
Exactly, but Glasner had those 3 guys, Wharton, Olise, and Esse. Those 3 guys, he didn't have no players as good as those 3 at Frankfurt. And the fact that way he wants to play, that's why I knew Palace post likely going to beat United. Obviously, United's not the greatest, but the way United keep letting themselves expose, for example, this is the perfect right there. And you saw it on Monday. But now he's not a bad manager. Like, he's not. Is he a lead? No. But he's a good manager. He knows what he has to do. He puts his tactics out there, and you see, if it works fantastic.
I tweeted out on Monday after the game. I said, if I was owning Chelsea, I'd go to Palace and give him 200 million for Olise, Eze, Wharton, and Mitchell, and for their manager as well. I'd slap it down. I swear to God, I'd slap it down. When people talk about, oh, this person needs this person. Eli, I hope Eli's in the chat. He's going to love us. Gary O'Neill, bro, 6 days he was dropped in before that league started. 6 days. Raiola at Bournemouth. De Zerbi, you might want to criticize De Zerbi, but he's had good players ripped away from him, not replaced.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He still plays the same. De Zerbi's a prime example, regardless of who's there. He plays the same way.
Eddie Howe had a rough middle of the season, but look, he's turned it around as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like coaching matters, man. It's like people don't need 9 months to get their point across or to choose a system finally. They don't need that. Glasner's come in and he doesn't know if he's going to even be there at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? If they didn't win all their games, he wouldn't be there at the end of the season. He'd be gone. Like that, they'd be searching for someone else. That's what I mean. So don't give me that. And they've got a less talented overall squad than Chelsea have and stuff like that. So why do I have to stick with another manager who may continue this into next season? I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will.
Look at this guy.
Look at this crook, man. You know what I'm saying? That proper crook.
You did. You heard Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, Gary O'Neill fan club over there, man.
Shout out Gary, man. Shout out Gary, man.
Yeah, whatever, man. Wolves are in 12th. You know what I'm saying?
I think shout out to Gary. He made sure that City don't lose.
Actually, you know what? You right. Yeah. Gary did. Yeah.
Shout out Gary. But now, I agree with what you two say about this whole thing with the manager and how. I mean, we've been screaming since day one on this season that coach matters. Like, you can never neglect coaching, and if you don't coach well, like. See, that's what we keep getting exposed for the same goals, and obviously it's bad. And obviously if next season is this still kind of thing. Obviously, I will talk about it obviously next season, but the essence of what Ange tries to do, for example, where I'm like, you know what, I can still trust it. Where even regardless of all these things that happen in goals and before game losers, I can still look past it. I can still look past this because I'm kind of like, you know what, I can trust the guy. He's saying the right things And the one thing I also say is the press conference. I said it on the last stream for this, where I said, when Tom wasn't here, I said these pre and post match conferences are like it's like being a wrestler in WWE on the mic. If you shit on the mic, they don't like you. If you go on the mic, they will love you.
Yeah, you got to be able to cut a promo.
Yeah, and I feel like, unlike for example, Poch a lot of this season on Ten Hag, where they say. You can clearly see with your own two eyes, your 2020 vision. You can see it and say, yo, this is what's dog shit right here. But then these two will come out and say, now we play a fantastic game.
Facts.
And actually comes out here and talks about how this is unacceptable, how we ain't trying to be just a top four side. Even taking responsibility for the Chelsea loss, taking the responsibility for the things. Yes. Like you said, taking responsibility and knowing that you are also at fault of these things, and which other managers in the past at our club didn't do. That's why I have so much faith in the manager. No, let's see what he does next season. But I think this is the biggest problem, where you two guys managers, they would rather lie to the fans out there.
Did you hear what Don Carlo said last night after that?
I saw that.
I'll abbreviate it. Something about we've had so many injuries. We've had like goalkeeper out, ACL, defenders out, Vinny out for 2 months, Camavinga, no striker. I didn't say anything about injuries. I just got on with it. Didn't say anything. Just go on with it. And that's why that's my. If I had the chance to Roman Abramovich ask him just that one question, I'd just go, why did you get rid of Don Carlo, bro? I know we didn't win anything that season, but he won a double the season before, bro. And you put Fernando Torres on his head and tried to bring him into this team. Do you know what I mean? That's the point I'm making. These guys, these now coaches, try and fob off and deflect on anything. I mean, the quotes that our two managers have had after some games this season where we've had bad results, it's just laughable. I'm not asking them to throw everyone under the bus. They don't need to do that. But just come out. Don't insult our intelligence. That thing about Ten Hag said the other day when you lost about you being the most dynamic team.
Attacking football, entertaining. Yeah, it's like
and that was after Joy was Broly or some shit. Like, come on,
all you have to say is, hey, we weren't good today. We'll be better next week. It wasn't good enough.
Right. Exactly.
And everyone will hold their hands up and go, that's fair. Yeah, we will work on it. We will be better. You don't have to call anyone out my name. You just give the bland answer. Yeah. It was not good enough today, including myself. We all need to do better as a group. We'll attempt to fix this in training and fix this for our next game. You say that every week. That's it. Simple as that. Insulting and talking about, we're the most dynamic team and attacking team. No, we're not. Cut it out, man. No, we're not. That's what he said. There was young players against Palace. Who? Mano, Garnacho. They were the only two youngsters out there.
So all of them are like internationals. We're talking about multiple internationals on the pitch, regardless if they creators or not the creators or the good or not good.
Yeah,
a bunch of internationals out there for years. Yeah, like it was Garnacho, Mano, and maybe Højlund. That's it.
That's it. But Hoyland's your guy. You're signing. You splashed the big money on it. But let's throw Hoyland in the mix. So you're saying we lost the Palace because of those three? Not all the senior players. No, we're just gonna ignore that. Like, what are you talking? Like, take this man's mic away. I consistently.
I think the other night it was. I might get this wrong. I think it's only Wan-Bissaka who's not his like player, because you can say this. Someone's gonna say Dalot, but he gave Dalot a new contract.
I went through the whole team. Onana's his signing. Johnny Evans is his signing. Casemiro's his signing. Eriksen is his signing. Mason Mount is his signing. Anthony's his signing. Hoyland is his signing. Dalot you gave a new deal to. Kobe Mainoo and Garnacho you brought through. You gave them their debut, so that's 10 of the 11. So when people say such a lazy argument, these are the same players who throw teams under the bus. These are his guys.
I don't get it. This is his new players, man.
And if they have that bad of an attitude, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the manager, I'm looking at the recruitment team, and I'm looking at the players themselves. This is why I want everybody gone, because that is unacceptable. There's a way to lose football matches. Say this all the time. There's a way to lose. You're going, and you are going to lose regardless of how good you are. However, it shouldn't be in that fashion and in that manner. That's where the problem lies. Hey, big up to Saeed every single time as well. Ciao, Saeed. Make sure you subscribe to Saeed TV. And that's where it stems from. That's why I don't hear no debate in regards to keeping this manager, regardless of if we win the FA Cup or not. Like, the performances don't matter. Forget results. Let's say we finish 6th. Let's say we finish 5th this season. People act like performances don't matter. It's both. It's results and performances. It should not be one or the other. And Manchester United spend enough money where I should expect both at the very minimum. Bear in mind, I ain't talking about winning no leagues or winning no Champions Leagues.
That's the only time
about good performances and good results being combined. That's not difficult. I'm sorry, it's not.
That's the only time. That's the only time when performances don't matter and you win is when you're in the title race or you're going through to a semi-final, final. It's the only thing that matters. Side note to Saeed, if he's still in the chat, get someone to edit your watch-alongs for just your reactions alone. Because Monday, when Nuruddin, and I think it's the third goal, where he's sitting in the cupboard in the corner of his room.
Oh my goodness! That stream was legendary. Sack him, bro! And I was like, "Yo, Nuruddin is 14."
You know how mad he was. I know he was really mad. He went live for his reaction. He never goes live for his reaction. Always recorded. It's always recorded. But back to Ten Hag, it's like, who cares? You know what? If I was Man United fan, he could win the League Cup, FA Cup, and finish 5th. It's still been, but he's in the worst season because like he doesn't play good football. It's like I test is woeful, and all the stats tell you that. All the records he's broken tell you that. I say this all the time. I say it on a daily. How much more evidence do you need before you go, this manager is not good? And if you've got big pundits on TV talking about it, you got a Michael Owen, you got a Paul Scholes, they're talking about it. Marcel turned on him. Shout out to Marcel. That tells you all you need to know. Marcel turned on him. You've got shout out to Neji criticizing him. The only one that's really backing him like that. Love him to death. Shout out to Ty. That's it. He's the only one. But give him another season. And that's why when Ty asked me and said, I say Ineos keep him. Ineos out. Ineos decided to keep him. I know you man ain't serious. Ineos out. The watch-alongs will be vibe-alongs. You won't just see United fans on there, so you won't just see me and Sheik and Eddie. The rest of the gang will be there, and we just going to chill. Y'all going to watch the game. We all just going to chill. Because I keep saying this, I've got so many questions about Ineos, and all of them will get answered. All of them over this summer period, probably even before preseason ball is kicked. Definitely before the Premier League starts. I'll know. I will know by the managerial, whether who's in the managerial spot, number 1, number 2, who we recruit. Number 3, how we go and try and recruit them. Number 4, how we get rid of players, who we decide to get rid of. The list goes on and on and on and on. Like, so if you lose I'm going to say if, because let's face it, stranger things have happened, right? If you lose,
we'll say if just for the
I'm going to say if for Clary, because we don't want to be like, what do you think? And someone will go, what do you think? And I'll spend 10 minutes going why they can't win. But even if you win the FA Cup, they need to do what they did with Van Gaal. He won the FA Cup and he actually had a plan for that squad. People don't forget that.
People talk about styles. We had a style. It was just boring.
They just pulled the trigger. They just pulled the trigger too early. That's their problem. Because Mourinho was available. Let's face it, right? That's why they pulled the trigger.
Facts.
But this guy, within 48 hours, it needs to be something like, thank you very much. Man United and Eric Ten Hag have agreed to part ways. Now, your replacement is a different story. Or whoever the replacement is a different story altogether. Because you might be saying the same thing about whoever he comes in to replace him, that you're not gonna be Ineos out. Do you know what I mean? If it's Southgate,
if it's Southgate, Ineos out. If it's somebody else if it's a manager necessarily that I'm not a big fan of, but I see the idea, I'm like, cool. So for instance, say we get two, cool, say it's a De Zerbi. Wouldn't it be my first choices, but I go, okay, let's now see the rest of the plan. Now, let's say it's De Zerbi for argument's sake, the players we are linked with and the players we attempt to sign, the players we try and keep, and the players we should sell should all make sense. That's what it is. They should all fit because we all know what De Zerbi does and how De Zerbi tries and plays football. So they should all make sense. And I want to see a clear plan with that, with the current squad and who's there. Like, all right, who can't play De Zerbi style? Who can? Whether they play it to a great level, a good level, even an average level. Okay, I understand them keeping them. So if we get De Zerbi and we keep Lindelof, guess what? As much as I don't rate Lindelof, that makes sense. However, on the flip side, if we get Nagelsmann and keep Lindelof, I'm going to be pissed off. Because he don't fit what Nagelsmann is trying to do. That high intensity crash bang wallop style does not fit a Victor Lindelof. So like it has to be clear. And then who we go and get in the window. And again, profiles over names. I keep stating this. Profiles over names. And Manchester United have been linked with Elise. I think Elise is a quality player. Do not get it misunderstood whatsoever. The injury record is a bit shaky for me from this season, but obviously the season before he played 37 league games. However, if we go and try and sign Elise, please let it be with a purpose, with a plan. So if we don't get Elise, the next winger, guess what? Should be the same profile as Elise. It shouldn't be we don't get Elise and then the next right winger we're linked with is a right-footed touchline winger. Because no, it means you might have just gone. Same way we've been linked with Bramthwaite from Everton. Cool. I hope it's not just because it's Bramthwaite and he's English and he's in the Premier League. If we don't get him, the next centre-back should have similar attributes to Bramthwaite, and that should be it across the pitch. Profiles over names. That's what it needs to be. And do I trust these people to do it? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? In my gut feeling is like, nah, they're not gonna do this. I just really don't trust them. Trust is earned at the end of the day, and that's where I'm at with Ineos. And I like what they've done so far, but there's still so many more things to do. Yeah, go on, Circle.
I was about to say, it's like whoever comes in after Ten Hag, I presume someone's going to come in. I just can't. There's no logical reason to keep this guy. He doesn't pay him off. He's only got 1 year left, I think, after this. So it's not as if it's going to be a big payoff. But any new manager coming in, just be don't be in or out. Just be doubt. Do you know what I mean?
It's everyone like the same way I'm Ineos doubt the new manager. I'd be doubtful of it. Like, I'm like, okay.
Even the players, even if you rate them,
I'm tired. I want all the players gone.
No, what I'm saying, what new players
you bring in?
Because you don't know how they're going to fit into whatever system.
They better fit the system. That's what I should see. Even if I don't rate them, they better fit whatever we've got going on. Don't go, oh yeah, we're going to play possession-based tiki-taka football, and then you go sign Onana from Everton, who I'm a fan of, by the way. I'm just using him as I'm a big fan. I think don't get me wrong, I think he's a very good player. I could be very good in the right system. But don't tell me, hey, we gonna play possession-based, silky football, and then you go sign Onana from Everton.
Yes, you need to
make that make sense.
New Man United manager comes in the first 10 games. Man United fans will be fine if you show something and the record's like 6 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. But you're showing something?
Yes.
It's 26 points. It's a good start actually to the season. Do you know what I mean? Well, if you're showing something, that's why I was like with Poch said, if you've shown this type of football all season and we still lost games, at least I know what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's worked. It's going to take some time because of injuries and little pieces here and there, but it's worked. Yeah. So I know what Glasner's doing now. I know what Glasner's doing at Palace now. Do you know what I mean?
It's going to continue doing that. Getting the players in the squad that fit that.
Yeah, the problem with Palace is probably the players are going to get nicked, so that's the only problem. But I see with any new manager coming in, like, the reason Andrew's going to get a lot of leash is because of the style of play. Now, whether he has to come up with some type of not changed drastically, but some type of hybrid.
Yes, but tweaks, yeah.
He tweaks here and there, get the players in he wants, because it's obvious that some of those players can't do his football. They just cannot. They're running.
Sorry, it's 5-2 Olympiacos. That's hilarious.
Huh?
Now 5-2 Olympiacos on aggregate now.
Wow.
Oh shit, they just scored. Hey, nephew, hold that, fam. Hold that. It was a wrap for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, Greek chat.
That game's over, man.
H in the
But
chat.
yeah, I mean they get in Champions League, so they're cool. But yeah,
they go finish the Champions.
Yeah, but hold that. Hey, no trophy for you, mate. But nah, I agree. That's why I give the manager currently so much leeway. Because I saw you clearly be a good manager, but you can clearly see what also impacting the fact that a lot of the better players, especially the midfield too. Nexar's the only one that I think has been some sort of level of consistent throughout the whole season. But the other two completely chopped from like an 8 and 9 out of 10 to like 3 and 4. So now I'm like, yeah, hey, you gotta hold that. It's what it is, man. I'm shameless, bro. But but I can see an idea and the manager saying the right things. No, I need to see the right things. I need to see next season. Like we need to see progression, and I think this will always should be. That's why I kind of find it crazy that it's United fans. Tenak's been here 2 full seasons. It's not like he came one season midway through and this was his first full season. It's been 2 seasons. But I know we should be literally talking about by the first season you kind of getting closer to competing for a title. At least be in around by third season. It shouldn't take a manager and this is what I say. Be slack Arteta, but at least at the first season he started actually competing. Taylor doesn't even look like he's getting chopped. Taylor is in his second season. Doesn't even look like he's gonna get Europe in his second full season. This is crazy to me. That's why I say like you have to look at these kind of things, and I agree with your thoughts as well. And I kind of like with this Olise one. I feel like they're chasing Olise. I think they're chasing Olise rather than the name and the player, rather than actually thinking about who the manager is.
That is my biggest concern. Like I hope I'm wrong, and they've decided, okay, this is the style of play we are gonna play. This is the manager we are gonna go get in. Olise fits not only the style but fits because the manager and style should be 1-1 anyway. That should already be on because people keep saying this. Oh, say they can't get the manager who they want. Who the fuck is this manager that we can't get? Myth. People just really be saying things that unless we're trying to target Pep Guardiola or Carlo Ancelotti, which we're not. Who is the manager that we can't get that fits the style? See, again, people just say things without actually thinking about like what they're saying in regards to thinking about what they're saying, like in depth. There's no in-depth thought process into what people are saying. Oh, they can't get the manager. Who is the manager Manchester United can't get? Somebody tell me, outside of Pep, outside of Don Carlo, who we wouldn't target anyway, because that would just be foolish. Who is this manager that we can't get? Say, for instance, it was a De Zerbi, or it was a Flick, or a Southgate, or a Tuchel, or a Ruben Amorim, or whoever else. Who? Somebody tell me. Name me a genuine kind of someone we've been genuinely linked with, or someone you would even do 2 things. 1, anyone we've been genuinely linked with, or 2, anybody in the chat who think there's a manager that they would like us to get that we couldn't get. I'm sorry, if we go and try and get Ruben Amorim, I think we get Ruben Amorim. Southgate the same, Tuchel the same, De Zerbi the same. Like, what? 1, we're 2 things, people. As bad as Manchester United have been, 1, we're still Manchester United in prestige. Let's not forget that. And on top of that, we pay the big money. We pay the big money. You telling me we ain't tripling De Zerbi's wages?
Bro, I saw Don Ancelotti at Everton. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? What
That's what I'm trying to say, man. It's crazy. So this is what I say. The conversation shouldn't be. The conversation shouldn't be unless you're talking about extreme unrealistic guys like Pep and Carlo, like you said.
Or Klopp.
That makes sense. Yeah, but
I was saying, not being able to get him, you wouldn't target him, but yeah, go on.
The conversation should be really more about, okay, we're getting these guys, the players in, that actually fit what the manager wants to do, rather than, oh, this guy has potential, this guy is, everybody rates this guy, let's go and get this guy instead. Because then you end up in situations where next manager doesn't want to even use him. Like Pochettino with Enzo right now.
Yeah.
Like Enzo, and I said that in the summer, that Enzo's like probably the least worst player that he would like to use, and now he's using, and even Caicedo, He's using Caicedo like he thinks he's Wanyama.
Which makes me mad because it's like you picked him so much when he's injured to play the type of football you know he can't play, but you still picked him. And it's like back to the conversation about the managers. Who's going to want to match Chelsea? They're such a mess right now. Bro, if they just watch the last 2.5 games, they know these players can play, so they're going to want to coach them.
And also, number one, Chelsea are a prestigious club. Let's not forget that, number one. Number two, they are also in London, which is also a plus for some managers. And three, more importantly in all that, they pay the big money. Chelsea pay the big money. They will probably Chelsea, Manchester United, whatever manager you pick, outside of like a Tuchel who's at a Bayern Munich. If you're not at a big club, your wages are at minimum getting doubled. Minimum.
Yeah,
some managers tripled. But minimum doubled. What are we talking? And the resources is much bigger. You go to Chelsea from anywhere, the resources is much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
The resources that you have.
That's a mad thing about it. That's a mad thing. We are not even we're not even in the prestige conversation. And we still, even us, we can still go and get the money that we want.
But you know what it is with Spurs as well? One, yes, you are still of a level of club. It may not be at the Chelsea or Manchester United, but you still have some form of prestige. And two, you will drop the big bag too. Spurs will do. That's why they've had the managers. You think
100%.
Conte went there out of the good of his heart, and Mourinho went there out of the good of his heart? Don't you think they probably double Postecoglou's wages?
Conte was top 3, I think, most paid managers in the world. I think he was up there. It was like, I'm saying, like, so
Premier League has a lot of money, people. Despite the quality, the money is there. So you know when the money is here, you know what that brings? Top level. That brings managers and players here.
Bro, West Ham were targeting Amorim a month ago. Do you know what I mean? Just like what we doing here?
It's like Glasgow guaranteed he got a pay rise going to Palace from where he was at before. Where was he at? Frankfurt, you said, right?
Yeah, Frankfurt. Yeah, and he definitely got paid the rest though.
Okay, so I don't know if he went straight, but I guarantee if you look,
he was a free agent. He was a free agent.
I guarantee Palace are paying him more than Frankfurt did.
Well, definitely, because like I said, because like you said, close, like that's why a lot of these teams in the mid-table areas, they just want to be in the Premier League because they're getting so much money.
Yeah,
they don't even need to play for European spots. Like all the other countries, like Germany and Italy, all these teams want European football because this is where they're gonna get the most revenue then when they play in it. But here in England, you can finish 12 and you chilling because you get all the money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my bad, I got it wrong to Becky. You asked about NBA playoffs. I thought it was T-Wolves Nuggets, but it's not. It's Thunder Mavericks today. Oklahoma City Thunder, Dallas Mavericks, game 2. Obviously, the Thunder won the first game, so that'll be live on the playback. 2:30 a.m. UK time. Get over to the playback, not just you, Becky, everybody else in regards to NBA playoffs, but that's where you're going to get. Premier League games will be over there. Both the final 2 Manchester United games will be over there as well, but I'm going to dual stream them. So not the Manchester United Arsenal game you get on the YouTube, but you get on the playback. Champions League final will also be on the playback as well. Yes, Champions League final will be on the playback. But yeah, the Manchester United ones, they're the only ones I'm going to dual stream, people. So you get it here on the YouTube, but you're also going to get on the playback as well. But Champions League final, the vast majority of the Euro 2024 games you'll get over there as well. Only games you get on the YouTube is England, which I might dual stream as well. I probably will actually dual stream them, but everything else is on the playback as well as the Olympics and other things as well. Make sure you head over there, people. But yeah, bless up, nephew, for letting me know. But to Becky, you said, do you think Joker will have a baddest game of the last game? I think the Nuggets are done. No pun intended, the Nuggets are cooked. I'm saying losing 2 at home in that fashion.
There's something about this T-Wolves team.
They play hard.
Their defense is unbelievable. I'm trying to put it up there with the defenses of we're talking proper defenses, but I can't rate them unless they win it. That's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
And it's the way they mollywop them as well. It's not like they beat them in 2 close games. If it was close games and hits a last minute shot in both games or something, you go, all right, it's been competitive. They battered them. They absolutely steamrolled them. Yeah, go on.
Jokic's brothers were quiet. That's how bad they got.
They left the stadium earlier in the last game. But
none of this Miami shit, none of this Miami rubbish. They didn't say nothing.
They had the T-Wolves fans talking about Wolves in 4 in their own building.
Yeah, so bro, and the
Wolves in
and the
4.
the thing about the T-Wolves, as well is that they are money whooping them, but they're in your face and telling you that we money whooping you as well. I'm just in your face and telling you. He's telling you in the face, you're sorry and all that.
You know, the one thing bad in life, if someone's beating you up, that's bad. But when they're talking to you at the same time and beating you up, that's the worst thing, right? So that's what they just did. They're literally smacking them around and talking to them at the same time. That's what they did.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, people, unfortunately, I was hoping that game was today. It is tomorrow. So in regards to NBA, there's a schedule. The same way there's a schedule on the YouTube, there's a schedule on the playback, people. Do not forget that there is a schedule on the playback. I'm looking here. Yeah, Thunder Mavericks tonight. Then Friday night, T-Wolves Nuggets. Yeah, game 3 that we were just talking about. Then Saturday, I can't do Mavericks Thunders because it's 8:30 p.m. I might do Cavs Celtics. I'm not gonna lie. No, I won't do Cavs Celtics. I'm just gonna run game. Oh yeah, that being said as well, people. All of the gaming content will now be on the playback as well. All of the gaming content. So pro clubs, career mode, GTA. When I finally buy WWE 2K, because me and Sheik spoke about that also. That'll be over there as well. Yeah, that's going to be good fun. Plus more. My very popular career mode, because I was getting battered in career mode, will be over there, people. I'm bringing that back as well.
You terrible people want to see flawless do badly.
Yeah, serious, yo. The big numbers.
He's not Saeed. How dare you? Treat him with respect when it comes to career mode on FIFA.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know what? Even though I was horrible, I was better than Saeed. I was better than Lewis, and definitely I was woeful. I was woeful.
214 goals against 168.
Like I got battered, but I didn't concede more than 5. I got battered, but I didn't concede more than 5. Like, and I was woeful. I was struggling. But
Lewis,
I'm gonna get back to it, man.
Lewis wasn't far off, man. I think he was like 9-1 to Wolves at home.
Yeah, I had no 9s. Most I got beat was like it was no more than 5-6. And I did get beat up. You know what I'm saying? But I actually won a couple games still, but I figured out formation-wise how to use it because I was trying to use older tactics and I was like, this is the way. So people don't worry, I'll be back. But more so, I'll run it occasionally, but after the Euros probably. Because the content, I can't clone myself, people. So yeah, you have to wait until after the Euros pretty much. And then that's when you'll get more of the gaming. But you'll still get pro clubs. Like I'm going to try and run it tonight beforehand. And that being said, people, speaking of pro clubs and all these good things, your 16 out of 10 t-shirts are available. This is the lovely white and black one, people. 2 different designs, 4 different colors. Link is in the pinned comment. Only available to the 15th, people. You know what I'm saying? At the great price of £16.10. Available for worldwide shipping as well. So get your tees because the shop will be closed the 16th of this month. Sorry, the shop will be closed 16th of this month, 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m. But then we will reopen it at a later date as well with more merch, but then they won't be at the great price of £16.10 the t-shirts, but there will be hoodies available, snapbacks will be available, beanies will be available, and I'm going to get some Sarcasm City tees done as well, but I'm getting a new logo, but you'll have the original Sarcasm City TV logo and then the new one as well, people. So we out here working, you already know the vibes. You already know what that plan is. You already know. But let's get some predictions from the man then before we do indeed close out. Chelsea travel to, actually, which is the first game? Because you're the late game of Spurs. Burnley, that's the 3 p.m. game. Jez, we'll go to you. Tottenham Hotspur.
Just 3 more times this season. They better win because Chelsea and Newcastle are there and can catch up if we don't take careful. So they better win. But a part of me feels Burnley might actually get points because they need to fight for relegation, and I think we are on the beach. So I know what I just go for a win, be positive as people told me I should be, and I say a 3-1. I say a 3-1.
3-1. All right, cool. 3-1 Tottenham. Same to you, Surfer. Tottenham Burnley.
I think Spurs will scrape a 2-1. I just think they'll.
You do it. Okay, first.
Sending company back to the realms of the championship.
I say, even though Burnley are fighting to stay in the league, I think, this is a wrap. I think Spurs will bounce back. And they'll actually get a win, so I'll go Tottenham 2-0. Going back to you, Surfer, obviously same day, but later. There will be a watch-along for it on the playback as well. That being said, I may do Tottenham Burnley, Keep a lookout. But you're definitely going to get Nottingham Forest Chelsea, but I may do Tottenham Burnley 3 p.m. You might actually get that game. I'm thinking about it now that I'm looking at it, but just keep a lookout on the schedule. That being said, Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Talk to the surfer.
Been more confident after the last couple of games, got to say. Forest are fighting for their lives. People on our fan base will want Cho to score even if we beat them, so that'll be there. Yeah. I'm going to go 2-0. I'll go 2-0 Chelsea. I think
2-0 Chelsea.
Hey, no show goal, man. No show goal for
I can't have C1 in the chat gassing up.
I'll see one. Hey, C1, I see one.
Charles C1. What are you saying, Jez?
Yeah, I think Chelsea at Bridge, right?
No, was that Forest?
Is that Forest?
Oh, I just remember from last season.
You need a point to stay in the league. You get a point to stay in the league. Pretty much. Unless Luton. I would different. So pretty much. Wait, let me have a look at this. No, if they get a point, depends on the Luton Town result, but Luton do play West Ham. So it varies on that. So this will determine it. So for instance, if Luton lose that game to West Ham and Forest don't lose, they're pretty much in the league. I mean, they're pretty much staying in the league.
Staying up, yeah. Now I would expect Chelsea to win, even though I'm literally making the same logic with Tottenham, but at least Tottenham, it's been actually not in good form, and like the Chelsea who actually been in good form. But I say, you know what, it's gonna be probably a close game, probably like a 2-1 for Chelsea.
2-1. Okay, first. I'm thinking it's gonna be a good game, as I think Forest will go for it, and Chelsea have been in good form as well. I think it'll be 2-0. It'll be 2-0. I think it'll be.
We need Chelsea to draw because they can catch. I don't think if Chelsea draw, and even if you don't win, or I think Chelsea.
They're currently 6 points behind you, and obviously 3 games.
Yeah, I'm not focusing you. I'm more focused on Newcastle than Spurs.
Newcastle are 2 points above them.
No, of course. It's just that obviously. And then I would have to hurt a headache from my own fan base. Oh, you let Chelsea get us and all that. Bro, I can't. That's all. There's enough. I need to worry about captain armband. I need to worry about all sorts of things the fan base wants to talk about, man, rather than actually just the obvious things. But man, these dudes, man, I can't wait till the season's over, man. Like, and it's not even because I don't want to see us play. It's just because I just want our fans to just shut up.
No, first. I hear you. Over to you. Staying with you, Jez. You actually goes, Manchester United, Arsenal.
Bukayo Saka own goal, 1-0 for Man United.
There we go. Seth, what are you saying?
I believe in records, but I'm finding it so hard to even back you for a draw. And Arsenal in form. Oh damn! I'll go 1-0, but that is not my head saying it. Do you know what I mean? I'll go. That's I'll go 1-0 for the good of the country.
This is for the good of it. This is my head saying it. 2-2. I've been saying this. You know what I'm saying? I think we get.
I believe in records. I believe in records.
I believe in records, and 2, all the pressure. Yeah, we are terrible. All the pressure is on them, and they will be second by the time that game comes around. But I believe.
Hopefully Fulham are still flying kites on the pitch. And
it's all right. Yeah,
City. 4 or 5. Do you know what I mean? I need City to bring that goal difference down as well. Do you know what I mean? Make it null and void. I need.
I should say it, man. Like. I put that already in the group chat, man. When those refs miss an obvious pen decision against us versus City, I'm gonna be putting in files like with Carla yesterday, 78 missed calls. Bro, I'm just saying, man. Ref, just be on the job on next week. I think we play Thursday, but yeah, man, just be on the job, be on the toast.
It'd be Wednesday.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you that. Wait, actually, that's a great point, Jez, because there has been.
Man United playing Newcastle next Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Spurs play City on the Tuesday. Brighton play Chelsea on the Wednesday. United play Newcastle on the Wednesday. So this show being on the Thursday actually fits.
Yeah, it will help. Yeah,
because all 3 of our clubs are playing Tuesday. Obviously, Tottenham City on Tuesday. There will be a watch along on the playback for that, and then Manchester United, Newcastle United. will be a dual stream. So we'll live stream here on the YouTube, but also on the playback as well. So yeah, keep a lookout, people.
This time next week, because we'll be going into the last game of the season, we might have concrete where everyone's finishing.
Yes,
pretty much. Literally, the season could be literally then over. Like we just gone in there for the vibes now.
Yeah,
I've been on vibes, the vibes of a fucking funeral. But hey, let me know let me know people who's live because we're gonna redirect. Let me know.
I could have said something. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
it could have been worse. Like I can't. They said Indians coming on saying 10 stays for next season. It could have been worse.
Hey, that could still happen.
I mean, it could still happen, but I'm still saying
everyone's just so the fact that everyone's so convinced by Ineos is just crazy to me.
Oh, bro, I've seen people. I've seen people. Man.
We got zero previous when it comes to them as well, but hey, we'll see. But let me know.
I'm convinced that
who's live.
I'm convinced that whoever you or Said or someone needs to do some animation video where the emergency meeting, the alarm goes off, sort of style, and you guys are sort of like superhero sort of thing or something like that. The alarm goes off and you're doing like Flores is busy like on a stream and he sees the alarm. He's got to go. It's an emergency SOS stream from Said or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's like rushing towards if they announce Ineos that he stays or Southgate comes in, man. That would be
that emergency stream. My goodness. Zaid's head was gone just after losing to Palace, man. Imagine you telling him 10 stays.
Yeah, fuck all that. Well, we'll see. But yeah, love to everyone who's locked in. Like I said, let me know in the chat who's live. People will redirect to someone. Don't forget as well, this show and all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Please, people, please, Spotify, follow us and 5-star us on there. If you're an iPhone user, you have iTunes on your phone, Apple Podcast, leave us a review and 5-star us on there. SoundCloud as well. Big up to all the audio listeners. Big up to everyone who's supporting. Like I already mentioned, we're back live tonight, midnight UK time. For the Manchester United Manchester City show. So that is the new timing for that show. So look at you lot, got brand new Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? You got the Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham show, Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, Talking that Tottenham Talk podcast every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. UK time with us three here. And then midnight UK time, Man United podcast, Man City podcast with myself and Veta talking both Manchester clubs. The Arsenal show will now be on a Wednesday, people. Well, that will now be on a Wednesday at midnight. And then that means the Q&A will now be on Tuesdays at midnight. So yeah, that is just a rescheduling of the schedule, people. But yeah, man, love to everyone that's locked in. Becky said, respect the hustle, 16 out of 10 hustling skills. You already know. Big up everyone that is tapped in. Let me actually see you as live before we close out.
Real quick.
Yeah, go on.
Real quick, also, people, if you don't know, I'm actually was streaming earlier on Twitch doing my football manager save. I might be also live. I might go live again.
Let me know where they can find you from. What you got coming up?
Hokage just on Twitch. I'm doing football managers streams as of right now. Was live earlier. I might go live today. I don't know if you guys want to see me on the Thunder game because it's mad late. I would nearly die. Nearly fall asleep yesterday as well. So you guys might not see me there, but I might be streaming even before it hits midnight for a couple of hours. So yeah, just follow the Twitch, man.
All right, so make sure you follow his Twitch.
I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, man. Make sure you do that. HOKAGEJEZ, Hokajez. Make sure you follow his Twitch, people. Follow the Twitch. But yes, love to everyone that has locked in. Big up. And this has been, and we're going to redirect to Lewis, so put 16 out of 10 raid. And this has been, yeah, he's still live. This has been the Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham Hotspur show, Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge, Talking that Tottenham Talk, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in. And don't forget 16/10 raid. That's how we raid when we leave Sarcasm. 60, you see it right there. 16/10 raid, people. Big up.